Hatton, and you're watching Lights Out.
This is Lights Out. I'm Faisal Khan, joined by John Rawling and Ricky the Hitman Hatton. Going to ask them some predictions for future fights we might see. Billy Joe Saunders versus Gennady Golovkin. Ricky, start with you.
It's going to be whoever fights Golovkin is going to have a tough ask, hasn't he? But I think if anybody is going to push him close, I think, you know, with his elusiveness, you know what I mean, and he can hit as well, you know, Billy. But you know, it'd be very, very hard to go against Golovkin, and he's an exceptional fighter, very strong. But I think Billy will surprise a few with his performance. If anyone can do it, I think star-wise, Billy's got the tools to probably do it. Yeah, but whether he can is another thing.
I'd go along with that. I think you know, in boxing, timing's so important as well as anything else. And Golovkin, you know, what is he now? 36. I don't think he's quite where he was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And it could just be that Billy's going to get him at the right time. And he, you know, his speed and his movement is going to be obviously favouring Billy Joe, and it's just a question of whether or not he can use that speed to evade Golovkin's power, because, you know, Gennady has got the greater punch power, I think. But it's a great fight.
Anthony Yarde versus Joshua Buatsi. Start with you, John.
Yarde.
Yeah, Yarde. I think Yarde is going to go on to even bigger and better things than where he's at now. You know what I mean? He's, you know, you can always tell, you know, when a fighter's breezing through the level he's at. Shows you that how much levels he can get to further on. I mean, if you're struggling in 8 rounders, you're not going to get to championship level, are you? But he's just been blasting it for everyone, even at the level he's at now. But that shows he's got it in him to go that little step further as well.
I tell you, the best British light heavyweight I've seen in my lifetime was John Conti, and I was talking to John about Yarde, and he is a big fan.
Yeah.
And if he says he's good and he's going to go the whole way, then I'm not going to argue.
Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Ricky, start with you.
I think Anthony Joshua, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, Wilder has unbelievable power in the right hand. When he throws it straight, you know what I mean, he has unbelievable power in his right hand. But as an all-rounder, he's not even close technically to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is a good boxer. He can have a fight up close. He's a power puncher. He's very explosive. It seems to have a good chin. You know, he went down against Klitschko, but he got back up. You know what I mean? There was a question mark about his chin. I'm not buying that no more, to be honest with you. I think he showed a lot of courage against Klitschko, but I think he's a little bit more polished than Wilder. You know, technically he's terrible, Wilder. You throw that right hand straight, yeah, it's about it. Yeah. But everything else is round the houses, isn't it? You know, and I think
it's like a windmill, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Anthony will be able to sit in the pocket and find the gaps.
John?
I'm not sure that Wilder's style is right for Anthony Joshua. He's a southpaw for a start. That big right hand, as Ricky's saying, is a real danger punch. And if Anthony gets clipped, like he was by Dillian White, like he was by Vladimir Klitschko, I think Wilder has got the speed to be not letting him off the hook. I hope the fight happens. I suspect that it won't do in the foreseeable future. If it does happen, it's a fascinating one. I do think Wilder's got a great chance.
Errol Spence Jr. versus Keith Thurman. Start with you, John.
Spence, I think. I think he looks very special.
Yeah. A little bit fresher, isn't he? You know, a little less miles on the clock. I mean, Thurman can hit, but yeah, Spence looks a very polished fighter. Yeah.
One final one. They've both been saying they want it to happen. Could all depend on Saturday night's result. Tyson Fury versus Tony Bellew.
It's very hard for me to go against Tyson. One, for the ability that Tyson has is an absolute nightmare. The size factor. But having said that, the size factor didn't play into part when he fought David Haye, did it? You know what I mean? You know, I tipped David Haye to beat Tony Bellew in the first fight, and I tipped him in the second fight as well when Tony proved me wrong. So it's very hard to go against Tony Bellew. I think he's proved that he is a genuine heavyweight contender now. But don't forget, I've been very fortunate to see how Tyson Fury is performing in the the gym. A lot of people, you know, can say he's lost a lot of weight and he's lost this and that. We wouldn't have thought it unless I don't know what I'm looking at. He's absolutely blew my mind how he's performing in the gym, his elusiveness and everything like that. And I think he's going to get his belts back. I honestly really do believe that.
John? Fury versus
Oh,
Bellew.
yeah, I mean, Bellew, you've got to respect Tony because he talks himself into fights.
Yeah.
He's made himself a lot of money, and he showed balls, didn't he? I mean, he's backed it up.
Yeah.
And what he did to David Haye wasn't by accident. You know, he beat him genuinely and beat him twice. So that commands respect. But I just think that Tyson might just have a bit too much in the locker if it ever happens, which is quite a big if.
Ricky, John, thank you for talking to Like That.
Pleasure.